This is the melting block experiment. So the first part is we're going to make observations of the two blocks using our senses. And you can kind of tell they're definitely not made of the same substance. This block, you can tell it's more textured, and it feels warmer. This one is, shinier, and it definitely feels cold. So the first thing you're going to do then is predict, if I put an ice cube on each, will the ice cube melt more quickly on A, on B, or will it melt the same on both? So make your prediction. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put these rings on them. Before we do that, actually, I'm going to test the temperature. So I'm using an infrared thermometer, and this is block A. So block A's temperature is 21 degrees, or 20.5, whichever one you want to write down. And then block B is 21.5. So this is a pretty cheap thermometer, and it reads plus or minus a degree. So I would assume that these are both the same temperature, which is the same as room temp. Now I'm gonna see if your prediction is right. We're gonna grab a piece of ice, and we'll try to grab two that are kind of the same. Hard to, but here we go. So you predicted whether or not the ice would melt the same or more quickly on A. This is A, and this is B. So another thing before you make even the prediction, this would be like a metal pan at home, and this would be like a plastic container, and the way those feel to you. So if I put the ice cube on each, you can see what's going on. So both blocks were the same temperature, but you can see that it's melting much more rapidly on block B. This is block A, this is block B. So you can kind of write your observations down in the data table about every 30 seconds. You can see this one is somewhat melting. This one is pretty much gone. There's a little bit of ice on the top. So then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to make a diagram on the back of the handout. You're going to draw block A and its particles that are in it, what you think they look like, and then draw the ice cube on it and draw the particles in the ice cube, what you think they look like. Same thing for both blocks. So one drawing will be block A with its particles and its piece of ice. Other drawing will be block B with its particles and the ice's particles. And then lastly, and it tells you in the directions, you're going to show an arrow or arrows, not pressure arrows this time, but heat or energy arrows. Which direction do you think heat is flowing? So is it going from the ice cube into the block or from the block into the ice cube for each of these two scenarios?